Good morning, Belen. I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Raul Rodriguez. Welcome to this edition of WBLN for today, April 27, 2018.
While to everyone else it feels like a regular Friday, for the class of 2018, it's their last full day of school. The senior class will begin their finals next week, and along with a few other activities, this is a wrap to their Belen career. They begun the day with breakfast and more college gear to honor their college counselors that helped them get into college.
Belen, the senior class of 2018 is finally getting ready to head to college and use their Jesuit education. Starting off the year, the seniors got right into the Wolverine spirit, attending football games and other sporting events. While being active at Belen, they also had to keep active with their college and scholarship applications. However, it wasn't until second semester when the seniors finally got into all their activities. Having began with field day and now to grad bash and finally with the senior gratitude experience, the seniors have had their hands full with activities. Now that they are just days away from finishing off their academic careers at Belen, we spoke to some and find out how they were feeling towards the end of this senior experience.
My career at Belen has been probably the most fulfilling experience of my life. It's prepared me a lot for the next step. While obviously there's still like the natural fear of not knowing what's coming next. I do feel like Belen and the Jesuits have given me a great base for the man I am today.
It's been a great place for me. It's really allowed me to strive and grow as a person, and it's going to get me ready for my next stage of life in college.
With their last official day of school being this coming Tuesday, we wish the class of 2018 luck in their life beyond Belen.
80-year-old comedian Bill Cosby was found guilty Thursday for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant at his Philadelphia home in 2004. The man, once known as America's Dad and considered among the most powerful people in Hollywood, feebly clings to a member of his legal team after being found guilty of aggravated indecent assault. Bill Cosby, convicted on all 3 counts, one of his accusers said she was so overwhelmed with emotion she banged her head on a bench outside the courtroom. She was simply ecstatic after years of trying to bring the disgraced 80-year-old comedian to justice. Lily Bernard says Cosby drugged her and raped her while he was mentoring her for an appearance on The Cosby Show. But this case centered on the accusations of Andrea Constant, a former employee of the Temple University basketball team, who testified that Cosby, who was a powerful trustee at Temple, drugged and sexually assaulted her when she visited his home to ask for career advice in January of 2004. More than 50 women have publicly accused Bill Cosby of sexual misconduct, stretching back decades. Men described similar encounters, accusing Cosby of luring them into private meetings where he'd give them advice, then drugging them and raping them. A sentencing hearing has not been set. Meanwhile, Notre Dame announced Thursday evening that due to conviction, it would be rescinding the honorary degree awarded to Cosby in 1990.
Rear Admiral Ronnie Jackson has withdrawn his nomination as President Donald Trump's pick to lead the Department of Veterans Affairs. Stefano Pinto has more.
Jackson's nomination was postponed due to allegations about his professional conduct. He issued a statement Thursday morning saying in part, "The allegations against me are completely false and fabricated. If they had any merit, I would not have been selected, promoted, and entrusted to serve in such a sensitive and important role as physician to 3 presidents over the past 12 years. Unfortunately, these false allegations have become a distraction for the president. While I will forever be grateful for the trust and confidence President Trump has placed in me by giving me this opportunity, I am regretfully withdrawing my nomination to be Secretary for the Department of Veteran Affairs."
It is a historic moment for the Korean Peninsula, and it has arrived at a dizzying speed after years of violent rhetoric. The 2 Korean leaders meet face to face, attempting to pull off a near impossible task, bringing peace to the peninsula. There are plenty of skeptics, but as South Korea is radiating optimism, Danny Esbon has the story.
Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, the leaders of North and South Korea, will meet for the first time in more than a decade at the demilitarized zone that divides the 2 countries. Kim Jong-un will become the first North Korean leader to step foot in the South since the end of the Korean War in 1953. There are 3 key topics on the agenda: the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, the improvement of bilateral relations, and a formal peace settlement. The Korean War ended with a ceasefire, so technically the 2 sides are still at war. Official dialogue between Kim and Moon begin at 10:30 a.m. at the Peace House in Panjumon, an hour after Kim is scheduled to cross the border. After the end of the first sessions of talks, Kim and Moon will have lunch separately before holding a tree planting ceremony in the afternoon. A pine tree will be planted on the demarked line to symbolize peace and prosperity, using soil from Mount Paektu in North Korea and Mount Hala in South Korea. Kim and Moon will water the tree with water brought from the Taegong River in the north and the Han River in the south. Afterwards, Moon and Kim will have a walk together in Panjuman before beginning the next round of talks. At the end of talks, Kim and Moon will sign a pact and make an announcement. Later, they will have dinner on the south side and watch a video clip themed Spring of One before wrapping up. Reporting from WBLN, I'm Danny Esteban.
Hey guys, here's your scoop for today. It's hard to believe that a decade of Marvel movies beginning with Iron Man in 2008, has passed.
There was an idea.
Last night, Avengers Infinity War debuted and its shocking crowds. The movie follows the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes, as they attempt to stop Thanos from obtaining all the Infinity Stones and destroying the universe. This movie has left fans wondering which of their favorite heroes will survive the wrath of Thanos. Box office experts are predicting a massive opening for the 19th entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadline reports industry analysts are predicting Infinity War could bow between $472 and $498 million worldwide, one of the top 5 openings ever.
Check your local listings to see where Avengers Infinity War will be playing near you. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, when it comes to mind, you're probably picturing a young boy acting out in class or at home. But when it comes to young girls, ADHD symptoms can often be overlooked. Christian De Los Santos has more.
Hyperactivity, impulsivity, and inattention, the 3 main symptoms individuals with ADHD typically display. And according to a clinical psychologist, boys are 3 times as likely to be diagnosed with ADHD in childhood as girls, but the rates in adults are about even. So why the disparity? ADHD can look different in girls and boys. For example, a hyperactive boy might have trouble sitting in his seat, and that may result in him being unruly. Because hyperactivity and impulsive behaviors are more disruptive, teachers are more likely to notice boys as a problem. A few signs to look out for: their homework takes longer than it should. They may have weak reading comprehension. They struggle to make a friend or read social cues. And they might start a project without finishing or following through. For today's Health Minute, I'm Christian De Los Santos.
Thank you, Christian. Now stay tuned as we bring you weather and sports after these messages.
Good morning, Wolverines. Right now, the weather out there is looking pretty nice. However, be sure to have your umbrellas ready and keep your eyes to the skies, because right now the map is showing us a bit of action, and we should have some pretty good chances of rain later on in the day. In terms of the weather and the temperature, it looks like we're going to be staying in the highs of the high 80s and lows in the low 70s. And like I said, we should experience some chances of rain. But in the next few days, in terms of the weekend, looks like it's about to clear up all throughout here. You see it's going to be very nice and sunny with very low chances of rain. That is all for your weather. Now, let's move it on to sports.
What's up, guys? The varsity volleyball team took on Braddock for the district final game. The Wolverines won by all 3 sets, 25-23, 25-18, 25-14, and are district champion. Congratulations, guys. The varsity baseball team had their senior game yesterday against Coral Springs Charter. The Wolverines won by a score of 10-8 and will play their district semifinal game on Tuesday, May 1st. The varsity track and field team finished in 3rd place with 67 points at the regional championship held at South Fork High School. The Wolverines were led by Joshua Collins, who took 2 individual first places in the 3,200 meter and 1,600 meters. Also coming in first place was Don Cheney in the high jump, where he broke his own school record with a jump of 2.11 meters, which is approximately 6 feet and 11 inches. Advancing to the state championship were Adam Aguilas and Javier Vento in the 3,200 meters and Sebastian Roa in the 1,600 meters. After winning 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers in LA, the Marlins will take on the Colorado Rockies tonight in Miami. The Colorado Rockies have been surprisingly comfortable on the road this season, going 5-7 at home and 9-5 away. Jose Urena will take them out tonight as the Marlins hope to continue their winning streak. Yesterday, the 2018 NFL Draft was underway with hundreds of prospects had their name called. The biggest surprise of the draft was 2017 Heisman winner Baker Mayfield of the Oklahoma Sooners going to the Cleveland Browns with first overall pick. Your hometown team Miami Dolphins selected Alabama playmaking safety Minkah Fitzpatrick with the 11th overall pick. Look forward to seeing the Finns secondary with Rashad Jones, TJ McDonald, and Fitzpatrick. Two of the biggest steals in the draft are hometown heroes Calvin Ridley to the Falcons and Lamar Jackson to the Ravens. We'll see how Ridley will come together with Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu to make the Falcons receiving corps the best in the league. Lamar Jackson has a lot to prove, being selected first round, competing for a starting job with a first-time Super Bowl winner Joe Flacco. That's all for sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Marcos. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for our latest news and pictures. And for the last time signing off, I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Mar Rodriguez. We're here at WBLN. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And from the class of 2018, don't forget to stay golden, Wolverines.